Hello guys, I welcome you to another interesting tutorial in our Adobe Photoshop class. In today's class, we are going to talk about web banner in Photoshop. So we are going to start with 300 by 600 pixels, and I'm going to show you guys from the beginning and how you set the layout for the web banner. Web banner can be corporate banner, it can be food banner, it can be fashion banner, whichever way. All you have to do is to know the kind of color scheme for the banner and appropriate picture for the banner. And also with reference to what I've chat with you on WhatsApp, you should be able to know that to create a web banner graphic, you have to use RGB color, while you have to use CMYK color for print graphic. So in this regard, we are going to make use of RGB color to set the layout. So I'll walk you through the process. So, and I hope you learn one or two things in our static web banner design in Adobe Photoshop. So let's get today's class started. First, we need to make a new page by go to File, as usual. Then we click on New. So at this point, this is where we type our design name. You can just say static web banner. Sorry. Web banner. Right? So one thing about web banner is that web banner always come in pixels, not inches this time around. So we have to come here. Then I make sure we select pixels. So having select pixels, so like I said earlier from the introduction of this class, I said we are going to start with 300 by 600 pixels. So the width is going to be 300. Then the height is going to be 600. So the resolutions will always be 300. Now we come down to the color segment here. We click on this drop down. Then we select RGB color. So finally, we come down below here and click on create. So we can press Ctrl minus to zoom in the entire document. So this is how you create the layout for your static web banner 300 by 600 pixels. So now to start our design, so you need to know the kind of concept you want to use and the color and the kind of appropriate picture, like I said earlier in this video. So now in this regard, we move down here to create a new layer. Then after we make a new layer, next we move to our toolbar here. Then we select our pen tools. So having selected the pen tools, we go to the pen tools property. We make sure there is we can change the fill color this time around and make it to be black. So then the stroke of the shape, we can maintain it to be none. So now we can start with our design concept. So I will start my pen tools from here. Let me zoom the camera. So I can make my part like this. Then I make another curve like this. Oh, sorry, Ctrl Z. And take it up, and I'll take it up, and I'll close the part here. Okay. Then I can come down below here again to make another new layer. Then I can come back to my pen tools. I'll make another part. And I'll close this part here. I'll take this down a little bit. So I can go to my edit from the home tab here, then free transform, and I can press shift key and alternative key on my keyboard to drag. Then I can come to the home tab here and click on this to accept. So I can come back to my layer panel here and delete this. Now I can come down below here and make another new layer. Then I'll go back to my toolbar, select my pen tools, then I'll close this part here. So I'll come to the layer panel here. I'll press shift key on my keyboard and select the fourth shape. Then I will right click on it. I will look for merge shape. Right? So one other thing I'm going to do is to bring in my picture. So I'll go to File from the Home tab here. I'll click on Place Embedded. So I'm going to make use of this picture here. Then I'll click on Place. And I can resize, shift key and alternative key and drag. I can take it down here. So I can click on this check mark from the Home tab here to accept the picture. So now I need to play around with the color for the background of this design, right? So we can select this shape layer, then we'll come here, double click the layer thumbnail. Now we need to select color. So in this regard now we can try to pick some nice cool color. So let me zoom the camera so that you can understand the kind of color I'm using for this design. Okay. So I'm having issue when I zoom in the camera, having issue. So okay. So I'm looking at what kind of a bright color. So Control plus 0 to zoom out the entire canvas. Control plus. Okay. Control plus 0. Then Control minus. So I need something bright and very much flashy. So you can see the color code here. So for your practice, so this is the color code for the banner. Then click on OK. Now, one other thing we can do here is that Control plus, zoom out the entire shape. So we can add stroke color to this kind of our shape. So how do we do that? We can go back to our pen tools here. Then from the pen tool property, we can select this and try to look for another color for the stroke. So I select yellow. Yellow is not going to look nice. No. Okay. So let's use another method then. So we can make a duplicate of this layer. So we right click on the layer, then we look for duplicate layer. So we can name this one other color. Okay, then we click on OK. So we can select the bottom layer now. Then we double click the layer thumbnail. So we can try to play around with the color. So if we are satisfied with this, then we click on OK. Now we can just tap down with our arrow key, with our downward arrow key, just to tap down like this, just to have a kind of a shadow. Okay, I think I'm cool with that. So Control plus minus, just to zoom in the entire shape. So we are done with the layout of our static web banner. The next thing we are going to do is to add text to the banner, right?